Greetings from MWN.com. Dr.M.Wilson, formerly Vice Principal and Head of Department of Commerce, Scott Christian College, Nagercoil is delighted in presenting this session. Thank you. Please subscribe the channel MWN.com. Conflict in organization. Conflict can be defined as a mental struggle resulting from incompatible or opposing needs, drives, wishes, and external or internal demands. Where there are people, there is conflict. It means a disagreement or difference of opinion between people or groups. It can be caused by opposing thoughts, actions, or ideas that disrupt the status quo. Characteristics of conflict. 1. A natural process. Conflict is a natural part of human social interaction. 2. A way to solve social contradictions. Conflict can be a way to solve social contradictions. 3. A potential for harm. Conflict can be harmful to an organization, especially in the workplace where it can involve personal agendas versus the group's goals. 4. A source of dramatic action. Conflict can be a source of dramatic action in fiction or drama. 5. A negative connotation. Conflict can have a negative connotation because it can lead to violence and war. Major sources of conflict in an organization. The major sources of conflicts are as follows. 1. Lack of role clarification. Conflict can arise when it is unclear who is responsible for what task or what part of a project. Clear job descriptions and expectations can reduce the conflict. 2. Poor processes. The poor processes and procedures of work can create conflict. It can be resolved through regular review of procedures and policies, and that will support teamwork and collaboration. 3. Communication problems. Communication problem can occur among all levels of staff. It can be resolved by keeping communication channels open and creating a culture where questions are welcomed. 4. Lack of performance standards. If performance standards are not clear, individuals quickly sort out their own personal expectations around work quantity and quality. This can create different standards among the employees. The management should be fair, clear, and consistent in articulating performance standards. 5. Lack of resources. Lack of resources like managerial support, tools, equipment, or financial resources create conflict. Hence, resources should be provided adequately in order to avoid completion to get the resources. 6. Unreasonable time constraints. If reasonable time is not provided to complete a task, then conflict may arise due to the strain of work. Types of conflict. Conflict can be classified into 4 types, namely, interpersonal, intrapersonal, intergroup, and intragroup. These 4 types of conflict are grouped into 2 general fields, namely, internal and external conflict. 1. Intrapersonal conflict. The intrapersonal conflict is conflict experienced by a single individual, when his or her own goals, values, or roles diverge. Example, a worker whose goal is to reside at his native place might experience an intrapersonal conflict when he is transferred to different places. 2. Interpersonal conflict. Interpersonal conflict is conflict due to differences in goals, value, and styles between 2 or more people who are required to interact. Since this type of conflict is between individuals, the conflicts can get very personal. 3. Intragroup conflict. Intragroup conflict is conflict within a group or team. The members conflict over goals or procedures. Example, the board of directors may want to launch a new product, but there may be different of opinions among the members in the group. Intragroup conflict takes place in a group as the members argue the pros and cons of taking a risk or a new decision. 4. Intergroup conflict. Intergroup conflict is the conflict between 2 groups. It may arise between 2 groups inside the organization and outside an organization regarding various issues. Within those types of conflict, one can experience it may be of a horizontal conflict or vertical conflict. Horizontal conflict is conflict with others that are at the same peer level. Vertical conflict is conflict between a manager and subordinates. Pondi's model of organizational conflict. Pondi's model of organizational conflict was formulated in 1967. It defines the conflict process as a dynamic among individuals, and is made up of 5 stages of conflict. They are latent stage, perceived stage, felt stage, manifest, and conflict aftermath. 1. Latent. The potential for conflict is present. 2. Perceived. One or more parties are aware of the conflict. 3. Felt. The conflict is felt. 4. Manifest. The conflict is expressed through behavior. 5. Aftermath. The aftermath of the conflict. Workplace conflict resolution strategies. The important conflict resolution strategies are as follows. 1. Communication. Open and honest communication is the cornerstone of conflict resolution. The employees should be encouraged to express their perspectives and concerns. The managers should actively listen to others. 2. Mediation. A neutral third party can be asked to resolve the conflicts in the organization. They facilitate discussions and guide parties towards resolution. Mediators can help to bridge gaps between conflicting parties. 3. Collaboration. It means encouraging those involved in the conflict to work together to find solutions. It promotes a sense of ownership and commitment to the resolution process. 4. Empathy. It means understanding the emotions and viewpoints of others. Empathy creates a supportive environment where individuals feel heard and valued. 5. Negotiation. It means finding a middle ground through negotiation. It allows parties to reach compromises that satisfy their needs and interests.